Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today. My name is Melissa, and I'm here to lead you through chair yoga. We will practice together for 30 minutes. Just a reminder to listen to your body through the class today. If any stretches are not working for you, please skip them, comment out, and modify. And things that you'll need for class today is you'll want to have a chair. So a chair at your desk is perfect. If your chair has wheels, you may want to put it in the lock position so you're not rolling around too much. And if you can lift your chair up and down, you may just want to take a peek down and make sure that you can create 90-degree angle in the legs here. That'll just help you through the practice. As we work with our class today, I was thinking that we could kind of aim for a full body stretch so we can work on those areas that are commonly talked about, the common areas that give some stress and tension throughout the day. So we'll work on releasing the wrists, the shoulders, the neck, the back, and we can try to get into the legs too if we have a little time. So let's get started by scooching towards the edge of your seat. So right on the edge there, just so that helps you to elongate your spine and to engage your core. And we'll just take some time here to close the eyes and to drop into your body and your breath here. And then as we're settling here, just simply observing where you're touching the ground and touching the chair. Feel your feet grounded and planted. Feel the sitting bones grounded and planted. And maybe feeling that support of the chair on the back if you're sitting close to the back of the seat. Maybe imagine that you were sitting against a wall. Feel your shoulders stacked over your hips and feel your spine straight. Let yourself connect to your breath. Feel the gentle rise and fall on the inhale and exhale. And with each exhale, allow for yourself to drop into a deeper and deeper level of relaxation. Set an intention for your session today. And that could be that you are holding tension in a particular area and you want to release it. It might be that the day is so hectic and you want to just give yourself 30 minutes to relax and give yourself 30 minutes for yourself. Take a nice deep full breath in here. Bring your hands up, overhead, reach for opposite elbows, and wiggle here in the waist side to side. So we'll just do a gentle shift to the right and a gentle shift to the left. Taking time to pause. Let's release off towards the left. And then try to press in through that right sitting bone. And then just lengthen here through that whole right side of your body. Come back to center. Let's take a nice full breath here to lengthen and release off towards the right. Back to center. Let's realign here, releasing the hands down at the heart space. And taking your chin to your chest. Let's do a rounding of the back. Heart floats forward, and then let's sweep those arms out to the sides of the room. Get that nice heart and chest opener. Chin to your chest. Let's do a round of the back. Heart floats forward, shoulders relax. And flow here with the breath. So simply move to the rise and the fall of the breath. Lengthening as you inhale. Lengthening as you exhale. As you inhale, let your shoulders relax from the ears. So create a little bit of space here between the ears and the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades moving down your back. Let's bring ourselves into a neutral spine. Hands to the sky. Fingers will interlock, palms press up. Wiggling here in the waist. Let's take a little shift to the right and to the left. Hands to the left, pausing. Left shoulder under, right shoulder open. Back to center. Nice full breath here to lengthen. Let's take that off towards the right. And release. Let's put ourselves back to center. Hands will stay up. Gently release that interlocking of the fingers and release to the right. We'll work with a seated spinal twist. With your in-breath, let's feel the spine lengthen. On the out-breath, allow for your twist to deepen. Hands to the sky. Let's breathe here. Release to the left. Breathe out. And then trying to breathe into the stomach, ribs, and chest. And then releasing from the chest, ribs, and the stomach. Coming back to center, let's realign here. Nice full breath in, hands reach and stretch up. And gently relax your hands down. We'll take our right hand on the right leg, left hand up and over. Reach for the right side of your head. Take a nice full breath here to lengthen. And soften your left ear to your left shoulder. And trying not to move with force on this one. It's just a nice, gentle suggestion of the ear to the shoulder. Bring yourself back to center. We'll realign here. Left hand lowers, right hand rises. Reach for the left side of the head. Full breath to lengthen. Let's take right ear to right shoulder. And back to center. Let's realign here. Right hand lowers down. Let's take that left hand up and over. Reach for the right side of the head. This time, take your gaze to the underarm and then gaze down towards the ground. And then you can gently draw your head into the stretch a little bit deeper. So not moving with force here, it's just a very nice, gentle suggestion of lowering the head down. And come back on through to center. Left hand lowers, right hand rises. Gaze to the underarm area on the right side, and then take your gaze down towards the ground. Gently feel your hand guiding you into the stretch. Release. We'll come back to a neutral neck. And imagining that there was a clock in front of you, running your nose through the numbers of the clocks. We'll just work a nice rotation here in the neck. Circle in the other direction, reverse. And bring it into stillness here. Let's bring our feet out nice and wide. And you may want to scoot right to the edge of your seat. You may want to hold onto the sides a little bit. We are going to windshield break the knees side to side here. So we'll just do a nice little release for our legs and our hips and our low back. Good. So we'll begin to drop our knees to the left, and we're going to work a little bit with a warrior flow. So for this one, as we begin, we'll just start with a 90-degree angle in our left leg. And then you'll want to imagine that you could see yourself on the other side, and you'll also create 90-degree angle here. Now we're going to work with the knee down warrior. So you can hold onto your chair if you'd like. Option to take one hand to the sky. You may want to take the other hand to the sky as well. And breathing here. Try to let this leg be heavy. So try to feel this knee weighting down towards the ground. And that will just give you a little bit more of a quad stretch and hip flexor and a psoas stretch. And release. Let's begin to straighten that right leg behind. So toes are going to be curled under for this one. This will be a variation of a crescent warrior. So toes are curled under, your heel is lifted, and then actively pressing out through the heel and the back of the knee. Now this heel doesn't have to be in line with your hip. If you find that it's more accessible, take your foot off to the side, create a little bit of an angle here. Hands can reach to the sky. Let's breathe here. Really activate your left leg. Press out through the heel and the back of the knee. Try to feel that the leg is active, engaged, and energized. Let's begin to release that one, and we'll try warrior one. So feel free to bring that right foot off to the right even more. So again, your heel doesn't have to be in line with your back hip. Create a diagonal, give yourself some space. Make sure that everything's feeling okay in your knees. Hold onto the chair, maybe take your hands to the sky. And feel your core engage on this one. Let your tailbone tuck. Feel your navel move back and up to the spine a little bit. And then try to create that nice long line of energy through the spine. Lengthen the back of the neck. Reach and stretch through the crown of the head. Gently releasing that one, and we're going to open into warrior two from here. So for warrior two, legs are similar to warrior one, but we're just going to turn our back foot out just a little bit. So our right leg, try to have the right foot straight so that it's lining up with the edge of your room. And when we're on our yoga mat, our alignment is our front heel in line with our back arch, but that doesn't have to be the case in the chair here. So feel free to take that right foot off to the right as much as you need to. But you do in time want to try to square your hips and your shoulders off towards the right. We'll feel our hands reach forward and back. Try to feel that your shoulders are over your hips. Let's engage the core here. Feel your tailbone tuck. Feel your navel move back and up to the spine slightly. And then creating that nice long line of energy that flows from the spine. We'll bring that left hand up and back. Right hand can glide down the right leg. We'll take a reverse warrior two pose, peaceful warrior two. Your hand can glide down your back leg. You can also wrap your arm around your low back if you wanted. Maybe reach for the other hip crease. Take a half bind. Core engages. Let's bring ourselves back on through to center. And working with a lateral angle, we'll take our left arm down. Right hand rises. And if you wanted more stretch, maybe lower your hand down to the ground. That's an extended lateral angle. And then just trying not to collapse into the bottom shoulder. Try to create a little lift here, a little bit of lengthening here. Core engages. Let's bring it on up. Bringing your feet out nice and wide. Windshield wipe your knees to the right. Windshield wipe your knees to the left. Releasing off towards the right this time. So let's try that knee down warrior to start. So work those 90-degree angle in the legs. Let this knee be very weighted and heavy so that you can let it hang and get a nice stretch there. One hand to the sky, maybe both hands to the sky. Create a little sensation of squaring your hips and shoulders forward. Encourage your left hip and left shoulder forward, right hip, and right shoulder back a little bit. Working with Crescent, just begin to straighten that leg behind you, and it's okay if the leg goes at an angle, maybe aiming a little bit to where the wall, the two walls come together, the corner of the room. Hands to the sky if you'd like. Feel free to hold onto your chair. Try to breathe into your stomach, ribs and chest. And then releasing from your chest, ribs and stomach. Holding onto the chair if you need to. Let's transition to warrior one. We'll have our back foot at that angle. Have your toes pointing forward, and then maybe having your toes pointing toward the corner of the room is, and then feel free to take that leg off to the side of the room if needed. Feel yourself breathing in and breathing out through your nose. So that really helps to calm the mind and the body. Sometimes when we breathe through the mouth, it can activate fight or flight response in the body and mind. So just breathe in and out through the nose, letting that calm and soothe the mind and the body. Opening into Warrior Two when you're ready. This one, we are just going to turn that foot out a little bit so that the edge of our foot will line up with the back edge of the room. And in time, try to feel that your hips and your shoulders square forward. Really activate the legs. So the legs won't actually move, but imagine that you could pull your legs in towards one another. Reverse, let's bring it up. We'll bring it back. Core engages, let's windmill down. I'll try out lateral angle, arm to the leg, hand to the sky. Feel free to bring your hand down, work with extended lateral angle if you'd like. Almost create a little bit of a twisting sensation here. Try to roll that right shoulder back, or right shoulder under, left shoulder back, right hip under, and left hip back. Core engages, let's rise on up. Reset to Warrior Two. Release the arms. We'll take our feet out nice and wide. Windshield wipe to the right and the left. And release. Let's take ourselves with our legs right out in front of us. So we'll have our heels in line with knees, knees in line with hips. Take a nice deep full breath here to lengthen. Fold yourself over the legs as you exhale. Let your hands relax down. Maybe reach for opposite elbows under the body. Feel free to let your head hang as well. Sometimes we think our head is relaxed, but we're holding a bit of tension. So with each exhale, try to let the tension go. Let's come on out of that one nice and slow. So unlinking the arms, pressing into the legs, and let's come it up to stand. We'll do a little bit of standing stretches. So as we start, feel free to grab onto your chair if you'd like. You can have that for support. We'll start with a balance pose. So the nice thing to have the chair is that it can help steady the balance. You can always use the wall if that's a little easier. One hand to the sky, maybe both hands to the sky. We'll bring our hands in line with our shoulders. Let's take our right knee up to a 90-degree angle. And then we're going to work on straightening out our legs. You're going to just kick out through the heel and the back of the knee. We're going to pulse it down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's relax our hands down. We'll do a reset on our feet. Full breath, and let's bring our hands right on up. Hands in line with your shoulders. Let's take that left leg up, 90-degree angle. And of course, if you needed that chair, you could just shift it to the other side so that you can get even stretches in the arms. Straighten out your leg. Let's pulse it down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Foot releases down, hands release down. Feet a bit wider than hips, arms side to side. Let's take it into empty curtsies. Good. Let's reach for that chair. We'll do a little bit of stretching with our chair today. So for our first one, let's work with a variation of down dog / a variation of a forward fold. So you are going to square yourself up to the chair. Take your hands to the sky, breathe in, and fold yourself down, breathe out. So you're just going to take your hands right onto the top of the chair. Then we can walk our feet back a little bit and then send the weight back into your heels. Let your toes be light and almost create a little sensation like your toes could lift off of the ground. And just feel yourself reaching and stretching in opposite directions here. And release. Let's bring our hands down onto the seat. We are going to shake out the legs here a little bit. So bend one knee and bend the other knee. And relax your head, yes. And relax your head, no. As you come to stillness here, let's walk our hands off towards the right. We're going to bring ourselves into a little side stretch. Try to ground evenly through both of your feet, inside and outside of each foot. Come back to center. Let's take our hands to the other side. Reaching and stretching from the waist. Lengthen the side body, the arm, and the fingertips. Bringing yourself back to center. Let's come back into a fold. Bend into your knees. Let's lower the stomach down. Lift up through the heart. Tailbone will lower and crown of the head will lower. And we will just flow here with the breath. So lengthening as you inhale, lengthening as you exhale, letting your shoulders relax from the ears, creating a little bit of space here between the ears and the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades moving down your back. And then on the exhale, really rounding your back. So imagining creating space between the shoulder blades. Taking that time, lowering the stomach, lifting through the heart, engaging the core. Let's bring it on up to stand. Nice full breath in. And hands at the heart. Let's take a nice full breath out. Good. Let's begin to bring our right foot forward and we're going to step our left foot back a little bit. Have your front heel in line with your back arch and let your shoulders be over your hips. Hands will reach up out into a T position. Begin to bring your hips back. Feel your hands reach and stretch forward. Almost imagine you could reach over an island in a kitchen. We're going to lower our hand down onto the seat when you're ready. We'll take our left hand to the sky. This is a variation of triangle using the chair. Imagine your body in between two panes of glass. We'll just feel our body in one straight line here. Try to feel that the shoulders stack and open. Core engages. Let's come on up. We're going to keep our legs just how they are. Let's take that right hand up and back. Take a nice reverse triangle stretch, side stretch here. And then back to center. Let's do a little windmill, little cartwheel of the hands down. Maybe lift up onto the toes of your left foot. Then take your left foot to meet your right foot into a fold. Lower your stomach down, lift up through the heart. We'll do a little rounding of the spine. Full breath in. Hands at the heart. Full breath out. Good. Now let's try the opposite side. We'll begin to take that right foot back. Left foot is forward. Front heel lines up with back arch. Shoulders over hips. Arms out into T. Hips will go back. Hands reach and stretch forward. Once you can't reach any further, let's bring the hand down. Landing in that triangle stretch. So imagining if you could see your body, creating that large triangle shape through the legs and the earth. And this gives us that really nice side body stretch. But everyone is different. So in your own body, just noticing where you feel the stretch and then breathe into it. Coming back and up to neutral, core engages. Let your hand glide down your back leg. We'll take our front hand up and back. Reverse triangle stretch. And back to center. Let's take it into our runner's lunge. We can just kind of windmill those hands forward. We'll spin onto the toes of our right foot and then take your right foot to meet your left foot in a fold. Let's lower our stomach down, lift up through the heart, round of the spine, and bring it up to stand. Full breath in. Hands at heart, full breath out. Good, let's build on that and we'll try a variation of pyramid. So for pyramid, let's take our right foot back, left foot forward, and then this time with our feet, we are going to have our toes pointing straight forward. So we don't want to have our knees in a misalignment. So just have your toes pointing in the same direction as your knees. We can take a nice deep full breath here. Reach and stretch your hands to the sky. Fold yourself down, bring your hands onto the seat. And landing in your pyramid stretch. So for this one, just notice in your own body where you feel the stretch. We all experience this one very differently. So maybe feeling a stretch in the backs of the legs, maybe in the low back, maybe in the back of the neck as you let your head relax and release. Left hand rises to the sky. Let's try a pyramid twist. Feel your shoulders stack and open. Shoulders in line, wrists in line. One long line, fingertips to fingertips. Left hand lowers. Right leg rises. Let's try warrior three pose here. Imagine that you could balance a book on your low back. So make sure that that right hip isn't rising up too much. Let's take our right foot to meet our left. Lower the stomach, lift the heart. Let's bring it on up to stand. Full breath in, rising. Hands at the heart, breathe out. Great. Let's bring that left leg back, pyramid stretch. So a little space between the feet. Toes are pointing forward, hips and shoulders square forward. Hands to the sky, breathe in. Let's bring it down to fold, breathe out. If you wanted to deepen the stretch, maybe draw a little bit more weight into your right foot. That will lift the right hip up. You can also encourage that left hip crease forward and right hip crease pulls back slightly. Right hand rises, twist. And then as you're twisting here, maybe gently encourage that right hip to pull back a little bit so you can give yourself more of a stretch. Right hand lowers, left leg rises. Warrior three pose. Feel yourself drop in. Connect to the rise and the fall of your breath. Let's bring our left foot to meet our right, coming into a fold. Lower your stomach, lift up through the heart. Core engages. Let's rise on up to stand. Breathe in. Hands at the heart for a breath out. Let's give ourselves a moment to pause here. Reconnect back to your breath with your body. And of course, if you need to, you can always have your hand on your chair for support on this one. Just simply noticing how you feel. Observe your mind and your body in the moment. Feel your mind relaxed, calm, at ease. Feel your body aligned and balanced. Tension that you may have come to class with. Feel how that has released with yoga and meditation. Letting the eyes open when you're ready. Thank you so much for joining today. It's been great to be here with you. Try out some different stretches. I hope you enjoyed practice. Have a wonderful day today. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.